Hey YouTube, Kenny Tony coming at you today with this quick video. What we're going to do is just take a quick rundown over the few things that I do every winter to make sure I'm ready to hit the road and get home safely to my family. Disclaimer, I'm not saying that work is that important to me. I do enjoy what I do. I do have a gift for doing what I do. However, my family is my priority. If you take away salary from most people's positions, they'll kind of be hesitant to do them. I continue to go to work so that I can provide for my family, and that's what's important. However, I won't jeopardize my life for a job to provide for the family. I'll just try to find another job, because me being gone and me being handicapped is going to affect my life worse, or my family worse, than me missing a day or two of work. So let's get quickly talking about those few things. So it's winter. What is the first thing we need to do? Freaking have some good tires. So we're going to flip this around really quick, talk about the tires that I run on my truck and how I feel very comfortable with them getting me to and from work. All right, here we are with the lifted F150, and we're running Nitto ridge grapplers on this bad boy right here in the 285 5522 LT tire. It has a 10 ply rating. It is a good tire, but as you see, it's a hybrid tire, so it's good for all-terrain and it's also good for mud, deep lugs. I ran the Nitto Terra grapplers a few years ago in a blizzard that we had up in West Virginia, and I made it to work, and I was one of the only few people, and after that I fell in love with those tires. The ridge grapplers have a slightly better review, and they're supposed to be better in the snow, so I don't feel like you can go wrong with those. So make sure you get you some good tires so that you can keep your vehicle on the road. All right, we've established that good tires will keep you on the road. They will help you go, but they will not help you stop if it's super slick. So don't go crazy out there. You don't need to be going 80 and 90 miles an hour flying down the road, because what you're going to be doing is jeopardizing my life when I'm trying to get to work with my family and you're flying. Because if you hit me, once again, it doesn't matter how safe I'm driving, accidents happen. So the next thing we're going to do is, once we get on the road, we need to make sure that we're visible. Check all your lights. Check all your lights. So I am an over-the-top person who checks these things anyways, but as you look here on my truck, I have an inspection sticker that is expired in January. It is actually December. That's a quick way. Take your vehicle to an inspection station if you have to make sure all your lights are working. My headlights work, my blinkers work, my fog lights work, my side marker lights work, everything works. Everything is LED and super bright. Once you come to the rear, the Morimotos are very bright as well. They light up. The reverse lights in both and the reverse lights down below work. The license plate light works. If it's snowing, make sure to just try to uncover your license plate light so people can see. Third brake light, everything is visible. So that's just gonna help you so oncoming traffic can see you. One more tip, if you have automatic headlights and they're enabled, some people hate those. I don't really like them, but I run them in the winter time because it senses the ambient lighting and it goes ahead and turns my lights on for me. So there's one less thing I really have to worry about, which is not a problem. And do you really have to worry about them? Yes, you freaking do. So many people out there have these daylight running lights on their vehicles, so when they get in their car at nighttime and they cut the key on, the lights automatically cut on kind of dim, like 50%, so it gives like the illusion of a low beam light. However, these people take off down the road and don't have any other lights on the back, so you're driving down the road in limited visibility, and you fly up behind a car that has no lights on. You'll understand why four-wheel drive will help you go, and I say it won't help you stop. All right, and you see what I'm saying? Already it's gotten a little chilly out here. I put the hood on. So one of the things you have to worry about is temperatures dropping. It's going to get cold. So get you some good wipers on your vehicle and go ahead and get you some winter formula put in there. This is just Super Tech winter formula from Walmart, $2. It has a freezing temperature of -20. So unless it's -20, you're not going to freeze here. Wind chill will definitely freeze up on your windshield. However, for the most part, this is going to help you drastically. If you're still running summer formula, as soon as you spray that on your windshield, you're going to have it frozen, and then you're going to have problems. All right, the wipers that I'm running is a brand called Trico. You lift them up. They are the design that is like seamless and bendless, so they contour to your windshield well. I am not a fan of the ones that have all the different brackets that kind of fit together like Legos, I guess. Or bridge links, because once they freeze up, you'll have a big span across your windshield that will not get wiped. These, you typically don't have a problem with that. All right, so we've gotten the major ones on the outside. We make sure you got good tires on your vehicle so you can go. Obviously, that comes along with making sure you have good brakes. So we got good tires, we got good lighting, we got good visibility with the windshield wipers and the winter fluid. Let's get in the vehicle. So in my truck, I keep a few things to just make sure we all stay comfortable inside the vehicle. So if I travel anywhere to go to work, that's always fine. But sometimes, you know, wintertime, you always make plans, and I'll be going out to my parents' house for Christmas break and things like that, and I take the kids. You always have to be concerned is if you're going to run into a storm crossing different mountains. So we make sure we keep blankets in the vehicle for the kids. The kids get cold and things like that. And we make sure we just keep some water in here. Inside here, pull this over to the side, comes out. This is where my water bottles and things, and my 2 blankets for my kids are going to be. So I got the gray one and I got the green one. I got 4 water bottles, and yeah, I know they'll freeze. If it's 20 degrees out here, they're going to be frozen, but guess what? I prepare. I'll just take this, throw it up there by the defrost in the middle, and thaw it out. So this is just, like I said, in here for emergencies, just in case we need it. So these are just the things that I do. All right, let's think about what's next. I already know. Now, I don't know what kind of preparation freaks you all are, but I like to prepare. I have a family, as I stated, that I need to get back home to and that I need to take care of. So underneath my seats right here is my speaker box. On top of my speaker box, I have an umbrella, which is not for this, but I do also keep some nice, decent insulated work gloves that will just keep my hands off bare metal if I need to. So these gloves are either here or back here into my little back storage of my seats. So I have my hands now covered and protected. So now that we're getting in here, we see my amplifier off to the side. With this seat lifted up, here we have my jumper cables, is what I will use just in case my battery goes dead. I don't know if you all just check all that stuff before winter, but I really don't. And I also have my air compressor back up in here. So another cheapo slime from Walmart. I extended my cords a little bit longer so that this cable will actually be able to plug in back here into the back seat, and I will be able to have air if I need it to fill up my tires. Yes, I know. This will not help me in the case of a blowout, but what this will help me is for those times that I walk outside and I'm like, does my tire look low? Hey, does that tire look low to you? It'll help me in those times so that my tire is a little bit low. I can hook it up to this air compressor, and it's a digital one. So you just hit plus or minus up to the PSI you want. You plug in, hit start. It's going to fill up until it reaches that PSI, and then you take it off. So that's a huge plus. All right, one of the last things you'll see in the back of my truck, way back there, is a tow strap. So when we're narrowing down our list, besides this oil can that I don't need, this is my tow strap that I keep in my truck over wintertime to just make sure that I'm able to get out of a ditch or get someone else out of the ditch if necessary. One side will go onto either my hitch or up underneath on my tow straps or my tow hooks. And then, you just feed it through kind of like a noose, and you can get yourself out of some places. Or you can help some people if you want to. I don't recommend chains. I don't use chains. Because if you want to find something that's going to build up some kinetic energy, and if it snaps and it's going to come like a whistle and either kill you or bust your truck open, if you want to figure that out, watch YouTube or get chains of your own and experience it on yourself. Experience it for yourself. All right, everyone, as we're going to be closing this video up, the last thing I just want to say to everyone is just use some common sense if you're out there. Just know what you're getting into and know where you're going, and just be prepared for the wintertime. In West Virginia, we do get some snow, and then I work in Virginia, and it takes me a little drive. My parents are 4 hours away on a good day. Things happen. If there's an emergency, if there's a funeral, if somebody gets hurt and I have to get on the road, you just have to be prepared. And the last thing you want to do is experience an emergency or experience something like this, and then at the last minute, you're like, oh no, I gotta go to my parents because someone's sick. And God forbid somebody gets the COVID in these days, and you might have to go to a hospital, and you don't have no tires. And it's supposed to snow for the next 4 or 5 days. or your wipers suck and you got to drive an hour. Heck, if your wipers suck and you got to drive 15 minutes, it's going to be insane. So my little list consists of these things. Make sure you get good tires. Make sure your lighting is on point. I always recommend either upgrading everything to LED bulbs around your vehicle, or to just make sure you have some good, everything is just functional. If you're not, besides that, get you some windshield wipers, get you some good fluid. Make sure you keep yourself warm, keep some water bottles and things like that in the car, and roll. My last thing is, look at what I'm wearing. Under Armour shoes, Nike pullover, Nike pants. This is not emergency attire. So be prepared that even though your truck is going to be set up better and your vehicles are going to be set up better to prepare for an emergency, you need to make sure you are. Whenever I am concerned about these things, I also have a duffel bag in my house. My duffel bag contains a pair of wind-resistant, insulated, full coveralls. Covers everything on my body up into my head. They zip from the top and from the bottom. The bottom helps you pee, but they zip from the top and from the bottom. I have insulated boots and long tube socks. I also carry a pair of gloves in those coveralls and a beanie. If you get into an emergency to where you need to use that toe strap, you're not going to be ready for it if you're just wearing your Walmart clothes to do it. So just make sure you prepare yourself and you prepare it over the winter time. Be safe out there, everyone.